Hello beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anu, I am your Psychic Tarot host. Today's pick a card is another popular topic from the votes on YouTube, so I'll continue to do that. I think this is like number 3, the other 2 are already out. And the topic is messages from your higher self, okay? I think it got probably the second highest votes, but by the time I got to the previous reading, it kind of trumped the topic. So today we're going to tap into your higher self, and whatever messages come through, we'll just be open to those. It will be a live shuffling today, so bear with me. You can skip the reading while I shuffle, although every time I take a deck and the cards out, I may be coming up with messages. So with that, let's get started. We have 3 groups here, 3 piles. Pile 1, we have KYANITE. Okay. Pile 2, we have the black tourmaline. And then for pile 3, we have lapis lazuli. Okay, so go ahead and make your pick, or make your first pick. You can feel free to choose multiple piles if you want to, but let's get right into it. I will see you at your option. Hi pile 1, this is for those of you who chose option number 1, KYANITE. I'll let you look at it. We're going to save this card, we're going to read it towards the end. So today's reading is about messages from your higher self. So spirit guide, spirit team, my divine right light, tap me into pile 1, and let's see what their higher self, with their permission, has to tell my beautiful pile 1s. All right, so we're going to start with tarot, 5 tarot cards, and then we'll do a bunch of oracle cards as I'm drawn to them. So let's see, pile 1, their higher self. Spirit, help me. What do pile 1's higher self want to tell them at this time? What are the messages pile 1 needs to hear? Ace of Pentacles. Wow, star. Strong start already. Temperance, another major. 7 of Cups. And 6 of Cups. All right, and bottom deck energy, we have the Emperor. So let me just soak this in. Pile 1, what does your higher self want to tell you? I'll tell you right off the bat, it is an extremely positive time for you right now. I'm actually not getting a lot of past energy, so this could also be for some of you that your higher self really specifically wants to take your energy away from any past focus, because a lot of good things are coming your way. There is a new beginning here with the Ace of Pentacles. This could be an offer, could be a relationship, could be a job, however you see it, or could be like a completely new life stage. I also take it as a big shift in life because of the size of that, you know, ginormous pentacle that the divine is offering you. So your higher self is telling you, if you're not aware of this, stay open. That's what I'm getting very strongly, because something big is coming your way that's going to help you shine, that's going to bring a very, very positive, harmonious time in your life. It's going to open up a lot of opportunities, things that you don't even anticipate right now. And it's going to make you rediscover your inner child. And also, hopefully, if you've been in an energy where you've been in solitary energy in the past, this is kind of bringing in your soulmates, your tribe, your soul tribe, friends, family, connections that you had not been in touch with for a while. Those will be coming back in. But I feel this looks like your current energy, and it's almost like I'm getting this sense of how proud your higher self is of you, that you are actually pretty much in alignment. So much so, I see a lot of surrender from you, and if not, like if these feel or sound a little distant, then for those of you, the messages like get into that energy. That was going to be very, very beneficial for you. But the Temperance, so we have 2 major arcanas here. Look at all the cups and then this big ass pentacle. Pardon my French. This is a huge huge turning point in your life. So back to the Temperance, your higher self is very proud and it's kind of encouraging you to stay on this path. All the self-work, self-development work that you put into healing yourself, taking care of yourself, listening to yourself rather than the others, that's really going to pay off because it's kind of brought you into a perfect alignment. You're going to shine. Both of these are healing and alignment cards as well, but this also talks about, to some level, fame, whatever that means to you. Okay, is this fame or success in your career? Is it in a personal life? Is it, whatever, it's wish fulfillment. Okay, don't lose hope. Your wishes are coming true. This big offer is coming through. And stay in this alignment, because the more you're aligned, it's crazy how quickly opportunities are going to start opening up. This Seven of Cups is literally giving me very strong opportunity energy, not the confusion energy at all. These are very, very coherent together here, following the Temperance. So there's a lot of emotional fulfillment coming, and your higher self really wants you to stay in that energy. Okay, very, very interesting. I love this. I love this. So you've been give yourself a pat on the back because you've been doing a great job. Okay, so keep doing whatever you're doing, even if it's listening to your body, and if you're trying to sleep a little bit more, or listening to your body and going for walks, or anything that you're doing that makes you happy for yourself. Keep on doing that. That's going to keep you on the right path. Okay. So next I'm going to draw a few cards from the personality archetypes. Today I'm taking reversals in this because it's as a message from our higher self, what they want us to tap into and what not. So we'll get the light and the shadow aspects accordingly. So let's see what we have. This is so beautiful. Okay, do not get triggered by the labels. I always tell people to not calibrate your frequency to that of the label, because believe it or not, words carry frequency as well. But this has come out upright, which is a very positive energy. I'll read it for you. Let me just get two more. This is beautiful. Power one. I just want to hug you. You guys are doing such a great job. It's the energy I'm channeling right now is just so serene and so calm, and it's such a peaceful phase in your life. Just very, very proud. And we have the Mystic. Yeah, some of you are really doing inner work, real inner work. I want to get one more. And then we have the Virgin in reverse and the Shadow. Okay. All right, very, very beautiful. So let's start with the Vampire. The Vampire is coming up positive, which is a light attribute. So we read the light attribute of it. It says, makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. Your higher self is really telling you that, as I said, you are in so much alignment with the Temperance here in the middle. You are very aware of what or who drains your energy. And this is also with the star coming up right here. It's really talking about keep tapping into that energy. You want to keep your healthy boundaries. And I think it's been a journey for you. And you've done a very good job, but stay in that energy, because honoring yourself is what's going to line you up with a lot more opportunities. So stay in that energy. Also, again, it talks about helping others as well, who themselves are suffering with the lack of personal boundaries, right? So if you have people around you, or close friends or family who struggle with that, and feel free to share any tips or tricks with them. That'll also help you get into more positive vibrations. Then you have the Mystic here. The Mystic talks about reveling in intimate union with the divine. So definitely you see how the hands are similar to a little bit like the Hierophant, a little bit like the High Priestess. There's some Temperance going on here, but this is purple and it's all about the crown chakra, right? So you may be getting a lot of tingling sensation in your crown chakra, which means you're very connected to your higher self. So whatever nudges you're getting at this time, you are in alignment with your higher self. Stay in that energy. And just by being in that, you're automatically going to attract not only the right things, but also the right people in your life. Now let's talk about this one what your higher self wants to call out one thing, which is the Virgin in the shadow side, okay? It talks about fear of intimate union. So this is very, very normal for us when we go through a healing journey, and that's why initially I was getting a very strong do not dwell in the past, do not talk about the past energy from your higher self, because this is now and into the future, okay? As a coping mechanism, as a healing mechanism, we do go into hermit mode, right? We go into hermit mode, we go into temperance, we go into the star mode. It's a lot of solitary energy, and that's when we truly align with ourselves. We learn to build our boundaries and really connect with our divine, right? That's all that happens. But sometimes, and I would say actually a lot of times, let's say most of the times, once that phase is over, it's hard to open up. And that's what the Virgin in reverse is showing us here, is like your higher self wants to tell you that at this time, from here on out, you know, whenever, this is a timeless reading, it is safe for you to start opening up to people, because this in reverse is a very solitary energy. Let me just move that a little bit. It's a very solitary energy, but look what you got coming. You got Six of Cups, you got beautiful friends, beautiful connections coming your way. At the current moment, you may be too guarded. You may have your boundaries way too high up, and not in the sense in being disrespectful to people, but just not opening up your heart. Okay, so the Virgin in reverse is calling you to really open your heart and feel safe, and also feel okay and confident, is what I'm hearing. Confident that you will not lose your own identity if you were to get into a relationship, or if you were to get into a new friend circle, or even if to reconnect. If you're reconnecting with people, your higher self wants you to know that, you know, there's nothing to worry about. Like, it's possible that you may have been in touch with friends, and then it's been like 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and you haven't met together. You kind of like just like drifted apart. Don't worry that when you come back together, you're going to have to put up a different front. No, you have done so much beautiful work. You don't need to worry about that stuff, because you will shine. You will shine as is, okay? So that's just some of the main messages over there. So let's see what astrological elements are at play at this time for you. Beautiful pile one. I honestly have never felt so relaxed. Like, my voice is really a few octaves lower. It's just, you have beautiful energy. Beautiful. Great job, group one. Okay, so 1 and 2. Let's see what we have. Oh, look at that. You have the sun and the Virgo. Oh my goodness, beautiful. Do you look at the energy? Do you look at how much orange and yellow is there? So the sun, again, rules everything, right? So you have the sun coming out. This is the time to come out and shine. Even you have the star and the sun, all right? So celestially, you're very well supported. The sun also talks about, as the word confidence came up when we were talking here, so this is the time to be confident and step out into the light. It's no longer time to hide in your shell. It's no longer time to like stay in your hermit mode or your temperance mode. That phase is over. You've done a great job. Just stay aligned, stay in your mystic power and connected to your higher self. You've done all the healing. Okay, everything that needed to be done is done. It's automatically like project closed, moving on, successfully closed. Okay, that's what the sun is saying. Come out and play. I think we just ended Leo season, aren't we? Are we in Virgo? Sorry, I don't know when I'm recording what season it is. I combine it all. I don't remember the signs or anything, but Virgo showing up is this is 6th house energy, okay? And it talks about your daily routine, your work, your life, your health, all of that combined. What do you do day to day? How is your day to day different than before? Whatever it is actually pretty positive. With the sun coming out with this one, I really feel that if you have made changes in your routines, those are very, very positive and actually gonna last you a long time with Virgo coming out here, because Virgo 6th house energy is organization, it's routines, it's like daily commute or daily workout or health, nutrition, fitness, meditation, yoga, whatever practices you have. in your day-to-day that have really helped you transformed. And if you don't have any, if you feel, don't make it a big deal. That's what it's all about. If you feel aligned or called to do something, like for example, just drink more water. That may be something new you may have started in your day-to-day and you don't even realize. Or eating more greens, any of that, right? It will be different for each and every one of you. Or you could have like taken up, you know, a yoga class or something like that. That's actually going to help you a lot to stay aligned and help us in this energy and stay in this energy. But again, with the sun out, come out and shine your beautiful light at this point. Okay, these are very beautiful. All right, let's see what else. Pile 1. Pile 1's higher self spirit, show me. What does pile 1's higher self want to tell them? Okay, let's see. Oh my God, look at that. Do you see the colors? Do you see the colors? Sun, there's so much brightness here, and serenity. Oh my God. All right, so you have trust, protection, and transformation. Of course, I really want to start here because this is what I'm getting from you with all these energies here. You have transformed into a butterfly. This signifies to a very, very big extent, the past is over. You no longer have to keep looking at the cocoon and think like, okay, was that my home? Was that my natural state? Am I still supposed to be under pressure? No, you're not. The pressure has been released. You have done your growth, you've done your self-development, and you come out and you're shining, complete transformation. You need to trust, you need to open your heart up, you need to trust that opportunities that are going to line up are actually going to be good for you. Don't get in the energy of, oh, is it too good to be true? No, you need to trust in the divine, and you are in that energy. Stay there. You are divinely protected. All the elements are really protecting you. Also, if some of you want to connect with Gaia a little bit more, which is like grounding energy. If you want to just go in nature, that's going to really help you. But look at the tree, how it's kind of standing on its own in the middle of the field. There's no support system. It's got very strong roots, and nothing can affect it. It's kind of also reminding me of the tree of life, where it talks about don't be that type of tree that doesn't have a lot of roots, and those are like, you know, trees that have not done inner work, right? So you are not in that category. You're in the category of the tree of life, where as big as the tree you see on top of the ground, that much or even bigger are the roots. So no storm can shake this tree. Okay, you've done your work, you're divinely protected. You need to trust that. This is a time to transform. In fact, the transformative energy is already here for you. So yeah, seriously, great job. All right, let's see what magic surrounds you. We'll get 2 of these. We have safe travel. Keep me safe, let me roam far away, but bring me home. So there may be, I feel this is more metaphorical. It's a number 22, which is a master number. So, oops, this one wants to come out. And health with the Virgo over here. Mother Earth. Oh my God, I love when this happens. Look how in tune you are with your higher self. We were just talking about Gaia, Mother Earth over here. Mother Earth sweet, Mother Earth bright. Bring to me your health and might. So Virgo is also about our daily routines, our health and our fitness and our work life, right? So these are the energies that surround you right now, and again, if some of you literally want to travel, that is open to you. Again, if it's wherever you are, if it's safe for you to travel, then it's a good time. You will be protected. Have trust in that, and do kind of continue your daily practices or get into some for your daily health and vitality. You're doing a good job overall, honestly. Not a single negative card here. This is so beautiful. And I don't want to say negative. I want to say not a single developmental energy here. So your higher self is very proud. You keep doing you. All right, let's get some final messages from your higher self. These are the Divine Energy Oracle. And they literally are called messages from your divine self. So let's see what your higher self wants to tell you. So let's take them out. And maybe one more. Okay. Oh, look at that. Forgive and forget. That's your first message. Do you see how there's very little indication of past energies here? So anything, anybody in the past, forgive and forget, and this includes you. Your higher self with this one, I'm very strongly getting, you know, it's easier. There are two messages. If you can't forgive, if it's another person, if you can't forgive, at least try to forget, because you're holding that in your energy field if you don't do that. But I think with this group, most of you have done the work. What may still require a little bit more work is actually forgiving yourself. So a lot of times we are our own, excuse me, I can't speak. We are our own worst critic, which means we don't forgive ourselves for how we may have taken some circumstances on. We may have taken extra responsibilities on. We may have never said no to things that we meant to say no. So we become very hung up in that energy of like, oh, I wish I should have done something better. I could have done something better. I would have done something better. Woulda, coulda, shoulda is not belonging in your energy. That's the message I'm getting. But for others of you, of course, forgive and forget anybody or any people around that. Admit your vulnerabilities. All right, so we know we are a little closed off right now. We've learned to create our boundaries very well, and we've really connected to the divine. We've done a lot of spiritual work here, but there are certain vulnerabilities around reconnecting or connecting with people, or even let's say our friend circle, a peer circle, or colleagues, or romantic partners. Okay, there's some hesitation that I'm picking up, so admit your vulnerabilities. Okay, then we have reevaluate your priorities and reflect on your truth. Very, very beautiful. This again goes back to the Virgo's 6th house. So if you feel there's something that needs to change in your energy, go for it. It's the right time to make those plans, with Virgo showing up here strongly for you. And then the last one is reflect on your truth. Okay, you're pretty much in this energy already. Don't doubt it. That's the message that's coming out here very, very strongly. Don't doubt it. And if there are areas, now you're so aligned that the time lapse between you realize something needs to be changed and from the time you take the action is actually going to shorten and shorten. But the downside or the flip side is because now you're so aligned, if you know something that needs to change, right? A routine or a habit or anything that needs to change after you've gone through this transformation, if you sit on it, it's actually more harsher than if you were not in alignment. I know it's like kind of counter intuitive, but that's how it usually works, is like the more work you do, it's like the universe raises the bar, right? Because we're leveling up, we're constantly leveling up. So you have leveled up at the stage. If there's something that you are aware of, you need to change, then your higher self really wants you to go ahead and make that change, okay? All right, let's close out the reading with our astro dice and just like see what else wants to come out in addition to the Sun and Virgo. Oh, this is going to make a lot of sound. Let's see. I'm going to drop them slowly. Okay, so we have... Is it this way? It's this way. Okay. We have South Node. Let me show you. We have the South Node in Scorpio in the 8th. Oh my God, Scorpio in the 8th. How am I showing it this way? Okay. Scorpio in the 8th house. So this is transformation. Oh my God, I love this. Let me tell you something. Oh, this summarized the entire reading. I'm at a loss of words. Let me tell you what I'm feeling. I want to put them where you can see them properly. Eighth house is represented by Scorpio, okay? So double energy. Eighth house is Scorpionic energy, which is the death card in tarot, which is all about transformation. Eighth house is where we go and uncover our darkest, deepest corners, do our shadow work. It's the shadow house, okay? Scorpio, again, is all about transformation. You have this big transformation card right here. So you have done that work, and look at this, what we've been talking all along. The first message I got, this is South Node. So this is telling you, South Node in Scorpio in the 8th house, it's time to let go, time to let go. So South Node talks about our past, or what we came into this world kind of like tuned in to do, but it keeps us in our comfort zone, okay? It doesn't let us grow. It just keeps us in our comfort zone. And South Node coming in 8th house is uncovering, undoing, changing, transforming. So you have done the work, my friends. You have left your past in the past. South Node is out of the picture. You're moving on, you're transforming. You have embraced your shadow side, and you have definitely transformed, okay? So pat yourself on the back. Really, really beautiful. Very proud of you. I don't know what the messages are here, so let's read what KYANITE has to say. The summary is deepen your perspective. So what it is, blue KYANITE forms in long striated columns. Its heady vibe makes it a mindful choice for the 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the afternoon meditation set. Sounds very Virgo-esque. Who needs it? The perpetually restless. So if you're restless, KYANITE might help. And then it just goes into when to use it. When you find yourself drowned out by that mental noise, even the greatest thinkers need to be reminded. Thoughts are thoughts. Reality is reality. You can deal with it like an anxious chihuahua, or you can get down with KYANITE and align to the moment with your calm and cool intact. I will tell you, you don't even need KYANITE. Like, this group, fabulous, fabulous energies. Great job. I am feeling how your higher self is feeling. Very, very proud and very, very happy to you. It's time to come out and shine. Time to come out and grow. Embrace your truth. You have beautifully transformed. All right. With that, wish you much love and light. Hit the subscribe button and share with a couple friends if this brought you some light. I'll see you in the next one. Hello, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. Just cleansing your space, and we're going to get right into it. So today's topic is messages from your higher self. So we're just going to invite our spirit teams in. Spirit, help me tap into the higher self of group 2, pile 2, who chose the black tourmaline. I'll just show it to you, but we're going to read the description at the very end of the reading to close out any additional messages for you. So all right, this is a live shuffle, but it doesn't take too long. Spirit, tap me into the higher self of pile 2. What does their higher self want to tell them? Spirit, pile 2, higher self of pile 2. We're gonna get 5. Ooh, that's the first one. All right. We're gonna get 5 tarot cards, and then we have a handful of oracles to work with today. So what does your higher self want to tell you? Wheel of Fortune. Your Wheel of Fortune is turning, baby. All the hard work that you've put in is going to bring you a lot of good karma. Look at that in the world. Ooh, okay. And then at the bottom of deck, we have transformation, death, Scorpio energy. So let's see what we have going on. I almost want to put it this way. All right, let me tap into these energies. So this is what I'm hearing. This is a time for change for you. And it may be something that you'd almost given hope on. Okay, so your higher self is telling you it's not the time to give up on whatever these dreams or aspirations were. It may have been a long time coming, and you may have felt that it's never gonna happen. You may have been feeling exhausted, because we do have the 4 of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles. 2 4s at the table. By the way, in case you see 4 4 4s or any repeating numbers, go watch my reading on repeating numbers that talks about what the frequencies mean. And then for your current situation, I did a little reading on that as well. So anyway, that was sidebar. But back to what I'm hearing here, you may have been holding on tight for a very long time, and that may have felt very exhausted. Your higher self wants you to know, do not give up. The closure for whatever this is actually very, very near. We have the King of Cups that talks about a leader who is extremely generous, but is also a leader at the end of the day. So you are this King of Cups. You have built your foundations with the Four of Pentacles. And yes, you may have felt a little closed off from the world, is what I'm fearing. Like closed off from the world. That is so interesting how that came out. Thank you, Spirit. So you may have felt closed off from the world because you've been building your foundations, and it may have felt very solitary and exhausted, but all that experience has grown you into this King of Cups. The King of Cups is very in tune with their emotions. You see how he's sitting in all this water, but the water doesn't touch him. And some other decks, you know, the king is a little bit immersed in water, it's not. But in this one, like, you have been through the ringer, pile 2. And again, similar to not the similar reading, but similar message from your higher self is like they're very proud of you, okay? So pat yourself on the back. You've been through the ringer, but that has made you grow into this leader who can set their direction, set their intention of where they're going in life and what they want to conquer and what they want to create for themselves and for others or for those around them, with a lot of compassion, but a lot of leadership. This is a king, mind you. This ain't no page. Okay, this is a king. This has gone through life's experiences. It's not about the gender, you know that. So what your higher self is saying, look at you, how you blossomed already. Even though this may have been a long churn, you have really blossomed into this generous leader of your life. And one thing I'm hearing very strongly is this is no small feat, and you should be very proud of yourself. The other thing that your higher self is really proud of and is calling out to me right now really is, even though this has been a slow journey, right? The Wheel of Fortune moves very slowly. It's a very frustrating energy at times when it's not in motion. Even through all the pressure, as you've been through it, you haven't lost your heart center, okay? The cups are showing up because your heart center is wide open and they want you to keep it that way. That's a very, very positive attribute to have, because a lot of times when we go through hardships in life, we kind of harden up all the way, exteriorly and internally as well. But this is like, you know, you're a lovely person, you're a lovely soul. You still, like, if for those of you that this was a, you know, gone through a big separation or anything like that, where through events in life where we kind of lose faith in love and connections and just generosity and genuine nature of people overall, even if you've gone through that, you would still bat for people. You would still operate from your heart chakra, and that's to be commended. That's coming out. I know I'm talking about it a lot, but that's coming out very, very strongly for you. So your higher self really wants you to stay in that energy. Now, the good thing, the work is done, which is kind of similar to another pile. The work is done. So get ready is what I'm hearing. Get ready, because the world is here. The world talks about ending old chapters and beginning new, walking through this new portal. And you may also have these fixed signs around you, which is Leo, Taurus. I'm gonna mess it up. If I remember, I'll put it in the comments. But it's like time to evolve, time to get out of the old energies and use your generosity to build the next stage of your life. Your luck is turning, your time has come. So it's almost like, it's kind of like embracing energy, but embracing the good, embrace for the good, okay? You're no longer going to feel like you need to catch your breath all the time. You're no longer going to feel that you're on your own. So those are like the starting messages I'm getting from your higher self. Very good. Very, very good. So this is the personality archetype deck, and in this one I am using reversals today, just as messages from our higher self to see what we want to continue and what we don't. So I'm going to be taking reversals in this deck. If you've seen my readings, I usually don't take reversals. And we have our first one, which is gossip, the shadow aspect. I'm going to get 2 more. Spirit, pile 2. What does their higher self want to tell them? We have a liberator in the shadow. Again, we'll read them when we bring it out. And then we have companion. Ooh, look, we said it's not solo energy anymore. I like that. So let me start here, and then we'll get into the other energies. So the first thing your higher self wants to tell you, stay in this energy of companionship in your heart chakra. Keep it open. They're very proud of you. They want you to keep it open. And this says light, tenacity, and unselfishness. So this is what I was picking up on, that you have this energy of being very open-hearted and very considerate for people around in the world. You know what I mean? You're not like, or at least now you're not, if you've done the work, you're not in that energy of like completely shutting people out and closing your heart. No, this is beautiful. This is companionship energy. And it's also, can talk about friends, can talk about a love partner, or just connection, the spirit tribe in general, because these two are very solitary energies and you're coming into that. Now, what your higher self wants you to pay attention to is not connecting with people. And if you've done the work, you will easily identify people that don't resonate well with you. Okay, this is that the gossip. We want to read the shadow side, and also for the liberator, the shadow attributes are thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. So you'll be very easily able to either disconnect or identify people, excuse me, not identify with, identify people who are not true, who have, who wear a mask, who are really false. And I like it because it's coming right on the Wheel of Fortune. This is really talking about karmics, and some of you could be coming out of a karmic relationship where you're very aware of the type of people or connections who don't really mean you well. You'll be able to identify them very easily, and your higher self wants you to know, don't question that energy. You will know. You are wary, if this is not a past person, you would know which people mean you well genuinely and which don't. So follow your nudges, follow your intuition. The King of Cups pays a lot of attention, is very intuitive. So make sure you do that and not question yourself. Your intuition will be right on point. And then we have the shadow aspect of the liberator, imposing your own tyranny over those who claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. And the light attribute is freeing yourself from others, from outmoded beliefs. Oh, we're gonna read this as well, because this is the opposite, and that's why my attention went there. The light attribute is freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. So this, again, coming in the reverse, there's 2 things, external and internal. Externally, with both these energies over here, they may be people who, may be wearing a mask around you. You are in alignment to identify those and not connect with them. So your higher self wants you to stay in that energy. The other thing we're getting with the liberator is right now, with all the work that you've put in, and remember at the beginning when we were getting the energy that it's been a very, very long ride for you, please don't fall back into the familiar with the liberator in shadow side over here. That's the internal piece that I'm getting. The internally, yes, we've been closed off a little bit, but we don't want to open to the wrong energies. By energies, I mean people, okay? Just because we are craving company. You have done far too much work. You've come far too long, far too far out to go back into that energy. But with these 2 coming out the way they are, it's very clear that you already have that within you. So follow your inner guidance on that. You won't go wrong. So let's see what astrology is at play for you, my beautiful pile 2. Okay, so we have Gemini and we have Saturn. Ooh, we have Saturn. Of course we have Saturn. So this to me looks like, you see how it has the, looks like a wheel behind it. Saturn is the tough father. Okay, that's the planet that makes us go through very long cycles. Okay, Saturn goes through you know, a sign for I don't know how many years. It's a very, very long cycle. At least 3 years. Guys, I'm not an astrologer, so please check that. But you may have strong Saturn placements in your natal chart, and Saturn teaches us rigor, responsibility, you know, long-term things. If it's a job, are you fulfilled? You know, if you're bending over backwards, can you do it? For how long, or is it time to put an end to it? So Saturn is the most, I would say, pressure creating planet. But it's also very, very slow moving. So with the Wheel of Fortune, so you may have felt that this is, you were in the grind. Okay, Saturn, like literally I was, oh my God, it was another reading that I was talking about Saturn. And this looks to me like a, you know, like a bowl and something, but it reminds me of the Mortar Pestle where I was telling the group that this is what Saturn does, okay? It'll keep pressing till you detox completely of things that you don't need. Some of you may have Capricorn placements in your chart or prominent Capricorn placements. So you're coming out of that energy, or you're closing that chapter. And then we have Gemini. So Gemini represents the 3rd house. It's about our siblings, our close connections. It's about the flow, and it's also about communication. Okay, speaking your truth, or speaking, or like, you know, let's say it can also be education, but I think in this case I'm getting it's more about being able to communicate your new authentic self, and also being able to confidently communicate with people where you're closing chapters. Okay, Gemini is the, you know, it's quite fluid. It talks about balancing our masculine and our feminine, and expressing ourselves very, very creatively. Also creative, actually, that word came up. So your higher self wants you to look into any creative interests that you may be getting at this point, because 3rd house talks about, you know, learning new skills, but these are not like grad school type skills, but anything new, any new passion, any hobby, any creative sparks that you're getting at this time. It's a very good time to start that, especially with the world energy, because it's like it'll help you close out old chapters and just get into a fresh energy. Okay, Gemini is a very spontaneous, they're very, very, you know, the energy is very fun and very fluid, but also very creative and excellent at communicating. So you've done the work. Now it's time to close the chapter. Continue to operate in your heart center. Open up to the right people, because you have people coming with the companion card showing up here. And this will help you really open up your throat chakra as well. Okay, blue may be a color for you that will be very helpful for the throat chakra. So that's some of the messages. So let's see what else we have here. Pile 2. We'll get 3 cards from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Just gonna take the top 3. That's a good way. All right. Wow, this came out in the other pile as well. Protection. You have divine protection. So here's the thing about Saturn. I called it the tough father, right? Father always protects his children. That's what I'm getting very strongly. Your higher self is protecting you. You're protected by all the elements. And again, if you want to go watch the other pile in this, and for this particular energy, I feel it's the same. It's kind of like the tree of life. You really worked on your roots. You know, roots grow when you stay, and these 2 are very staying and staying in grounding energy. So you've put in the work and turn into this beautiful tree that won't be wavered by any storm, right? So you need to believe that you're divinely protected. We have release, yes, and then we have flow. Oh my God, beautiful. The flow is the Gemini energy that we were getting. So this one here, release. This to me is taken back to the liberator energy that talks about, you can look at that, right? It's shedding the leaves. It's like the fall season. Wow, you have 2 trees here. Interesting. Yeah, you may have earth placements, and especially maybe Capricorn I'm getting for quite a few of you. If not, don't worry about it. But this is what this is what your higher self, like these are the 3 cards that kind of sum it all up. Your higher self wants you to know that you're divinely protected, okay? Whatever steps you're taking, however you're developing in your life, you don't need to worry about anything. You're divinely protected. You need to release. You need to end these old cycles. Saturn here is asking you. It's asking you to release what does not resonate with you. Where are situations, or where are those people where you're still holding on to them because of familiarity or because of expectations? It could be either of those, that it's expected of you to stay in that. You're being called to release those connections and also release any past energies and go with the flow. The Gemini card is here, and this is what this is talking about. Just go with the flow for a little while, because these are very long energies. I know it feels like you've been through the grind and the slow moving wheel of fortune and Saturn sitting here. For a little bit, if you can, just take a break. That's what your higher self wants you to do. And again, blue is standing out to me, and I'm also wearing blue color. Lapis lazuli, or what is this? This is labradorite. Any blue stones may actually help you, but you have divine protection. Look at that. You have lapis lazuli. Oh gosh, black tourmaline. That's what you choose. I think some of you may need lapis lazuli, or you may have picked that pile as well. But this is highly, highly protective energy. So if you want that, you can just keep it with you. But you're being called to like actually take a break and just go with the flow. Don't make any big plans. Just see where things go, where you land. Because this is like just, you know, it's almost like if you want to think about it, like a river cruise. You just get on it, you just sit there. You know, you're not monitoring your GPS. You're not seeing what's a left turn, right turn, 200 feet, turn left, 300 feet, turn right. No, there's no extreme structure. Element of water may also help you quite a bit. So that's what, you know, really the main message I'm getting here is like, shed the past, release, let it go. You're divinely protected. Now it's time to enjoy life and enjoy the flow and the harmony that you're gonna get by being in the flow, which is the King of Cups energy. Okay. All right. So let's see what else we have from. Oops, this one wants to come out. And one more. I think these are called the Magic Oracle. I forget. Okay, we have Justice. Wow, big energies. Wheel of Fortune, the World, Saturn, and Justice. By the power of 3x3, Matt deliver justice to me. And yeah, I feel like these are like little spells on them. I feel like something's gonna happen. So if you do spell work, you could just take that and do your ritual. I don't know how to do those, but I just feel like they're so powerful. And you have, so justice is coming, okay? You have done your work. Saturn is happy with you along with your higher self. And you have number 5, okay? 5s are about freedom. They're about flow right here. They're about freedom. They're about changes. So we did get that in the beginning when we were talking about there are changes coming through, and these changes help you grow. They're always positive changes, and they're there to help you up level. So there will be justice in whatever the situation is. And then we have imagination. There we go, back to the creativity with the Gemini energy that we had. So this one says, ooh, 41, another 5. Oh my goodness. All right, so you got 4 4s and you got 5 5s. please watch my repeating numbers reading. That's definitely have some messages for you there. Imagination says, imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, if you try to see what creative activity, let's call it, sparks your interest, because that's gonna, as I said, it's gonna help you release from the old cycles and get into this new energy. That's gonna be very, very beneficial for you at this point. So your higher self really wants you to be open to change and go with the flow, and know that there's gonna be, you know, all change is in your benefit. So let's see what your soul messages are from your divine higher self. I think these are called divine energy, divine higher self energy, something something. I'm pretty bad at remembering the names. But these are literally spoken messages from your higher self to you. So I wanted to get 4 of these, and then we'll just roll the die. So we have think things through. I'm going back to these 2 energies over here. So with the gossip in reverse and the liberator in reverse, or shadow aspects, again, be clear on who you connect with and think things through, especially with Saturn over here. Of course, there will be justice, but you want to make sure you're not signing up for things that don't resonate with you anymore. That's an important message. Oh my god, that's what I was gonna say. We already talked about this. I don't want to repeat myself, but the messages are really clear. Say no to things that do not resonate with you anymore, okay? Liberate yourself. Free yourself from anything. Go with the flow. Release. You have something that you gotta close the chapters out on. It's still maybe there. And perhaps that may be the reason why you're feeling this energy. You're feeling very constricted and closed off. So think things through. I'm just going to take the top one, and then we'll get more. Ah, look at that. Go for your dreams. There you go. There you go. And we'll get one more. Just one more. Some of you want to go to Paris. That's the Eiffel Tower, and this one, very beautiful. And one more. Embrace your power. Saturn wants you to embrace your power and step into this new beginning. You are more powerful than you give yourself credit for. Let me just tell you that right here, right now. But it's like, again, go with the flow. Look forward to what's happening. Be open to change. You're very, very protective. But at this time, there we go. Communication is going to be key with Gemini, and also creativity is going to be key for you to help you close the old chapters and get into the new. You need to embrace your power and believe in yourself, and also that your divine team is also protecting you, okay? Go for your dreams. Wow. All right, let's get the final piece of this. This could be a little loud, guys. So, all right, let's see what we have. Oh, is this no, thank goodness it's Jupiter. I thought it was Saturn. So we have Saturn, no, excuse me, oh my god, now Saturn is in my head. You have Jupiter in Capricorn in the 9th house. Okay, so 9th house is all about expansion. It's about higher knowledge. It's about spirituality. It's about philosophy, astrology, the esoteric, anything like that. Okay, this is a very spiritual house, the 9th house. So this, I think, is a very good energy. I'm going to put this right here because it talks about where you felt the grind and then what has come out of it. What have you learned from it? And with Jupiter in Capricorn in the 9th house, Jupiter is all about expansion and growth. Capricorn is all about our social status, our social standing. It's career, or even status, and status can sometimes be, so the 10th house, status can sometimes talk about even relationships. A lot of times our social standing can be not just career, but also relationship for some of you. So you have that. There is you know, changes coming in your philosophy, or if you're being drawn to different philosophies or even the esoteric at this time, go for it. Create a structure around it. Good. Before you know it, it may be a very key part of you. Again, with all these major arcana showing here, this is like, you are going through a spiritual journey, and your higher self is really, really proud of you and protecting you at this time and saying yes. If you're being called to release something, and especially with the 9th house, it could be like some religious beliefs, or let's call them cultural or conditioning, right? Or upbringing, how we're conditioned, things that we're conditioned to believe in. You may be challenging those at this point and expanding into new areas, which may completely pivot your perception, and also like how people view you, okay? Because that's the status, that's the social standing we have here. So that's what we have going on. That was your reading, pile 2. Let's just quickly look at what the black tourmaline is to say. It says summary, protect your light. We have protection already here. What it is, grounding black tourmaline is a slightly magnetized, semi-precious gemstone and reputation for protecting a delicate psyche from a case of the crazies and establishing powerful, energetic boundaries between you and all the zombies out there. Wow, that was the longest sentence I've ever read. So I'll hold it here. You can pause and read it again. Who needs it? Everyone. Okay, that makes me feel better. And then it just talks about where to put it, when to use it. Anytime you take public transportation, find yourself in a crowd, or hear that sucking sound of a coworker, family member, malignant demon taking more from you than they are giving back, right? So it's like, again, very good at helping create boundaries and hold your ground and ground you. It's a very, very highly protective stone from all sorts of energies and vibrations as well. Okay, so that is black tourmaline. So pile 2, those were your messages. If you like them, do subscribe, share with a friend or two, and comment below if these resonate. I love hearing everybody's feedback. So good or bad, please do comment if you can. I wish you much love and light. I'll see you in the next one. Hi pile 3, this is for those of you who chose option 3, which is the Lapis Lazuli. We're going to read the card towards the end, just cleansing our space, and we're going to get started. So spirit team, my higher self, tap me into the collective of pile 3, the higher self of pile 3, and let's see what their higher self wants to tell them. So let's start with tarot. We're going to do 5 cards, and then quite a few oracle cards that I'm getting. Some of you need to these topics, but let's see. Higher self of pile 3. What messages do you have for pile 3? Okay, let's see. We have the 5 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, the Hierophant. Okay, 2 more. Pile 3, higher self of pile 3. What do my beautiful pile 3 need to hear? Yeah? It's interesting. It's kind of hovering energy. I wonder what it is. 8 of Pentacles. Okay, that's why I was taking so long. So I'm going to draw clarifier on the tower. This is very interesting energy, because what I'm getting from your higher self so far is there you've kind of been a little bit over indexing on like the 8 of Pentacles. You have Pentacles, Earth, Major Arcana, and then you have Pentacles, and then in between you have the Ace of Cups, but then we have the Tower. Let's get a couple clarifiers on the Tower. Yeah, 5 of Wands and 1 more. So you may have been working your nose to the grindstone for a very, very long time, where it's almost become a part of you in the sense, yeah, four of cups. Okay, and then at the bottom of the deck we have 5 of cups, right? So there is some heavy past energy here that's showing up, and your higher self wants you to break away from it. With the Tower coming out here is like everything you've been doing because you think you're supposed to do it or it's expected of you. That's not the case. You are your own Hierophant, okay? You build your own traditions, you build your own life, you build your own patterns. You're very, very empowered to do that because that's what's going to actually open up your heart and help you move forward. At this moment, your higher self really wants to call your attention. This is very unique read than the other 2 piles. With, you see we have 2 5s here, 3 5s actually. Okay, 4 5s. Oh boy, okay. All right, I did not do this for other piles, but we're gonna keep the bottom of the deck energy right here for you. You have 5, 5, 5, and 5. 5s are all about freedom. They're all about change, okay? And coming this one right here with the Tower, this may be something that you may have been looking away and just like trying to keep your sanity by just doing what is the norm or doing what you're good at, doing work because it gives you some sort of sanity, it gives you some sort of structure, it gives you what's the term for it? Stability, right? Familiarity. It gives some sense of control. You may have been trying too hard to control the circumstances of your life. Whatever this is, I'm getting for some of you, it is like a job search or trying to fix a relationship, because the Hierophant really talks about tradition, talks about institutions, about companies, corporations, colleges. So it's traditional things, okay? Can also be marriages. Where you're trying to hold the ground by just doing what you know how to do, but it's almost become a habit. And what's that doing is it's kind of feeling you or making you feel like isolated. With the 5 of Pentacles, there's also strong past energy, but see, when you let go, what you don't see coming is this, right? The Ace of Pentacles. There is some past energy here for sure, where you may have gone through a life cycle, and it may feel, if you change something here, you may have to repeat that cycle again, okay? This is for some of you. But this is 5, 5. 5s are all about change, but in these energies are about conflict. So there's an inner conflict in yourself, and your higher self is here to assure you that you can build whatever you want. The Tower is building your own foundations to your satisfaction. If you've seen my other readings, when the Tower shows up, I always say the Tower is encouraging you to make your own Tower moments, to break down what does not feel authentic to you, what has been there because the structure was built on the past energies, it was built on your past consciousness. You know, it's like, if you think about it in a video game, you always try to beat a level so you can get to the next level. And this looks like, to you gamers, those of you who game, you're stuck at the same level. So something needs to change, and your higher self is telling you, be okay with it. Do not be scared of it. It's gonna come at the right moment. You're putting in your work, great. But what you need to do at this time is really open up your heart. This Ace of Cups is your heart space. Really open it up and just go with like, all right, I'm gonna do what I'm familiar with, but I'm opening the door. I'm leaving the door open for the universe to bring me what aligns with me, and then start thinking, what do you want to create? Okay, so it's a powerful time for you. If you open up to it, there is a lot of energies and support available to you at this time. So let's get the archetype energies, and for this deck today I am using reversals to look at the shadow aspects that our higher self wants to tell us. So pile 3. Yeah, there's also with the lapis, I'm looking at it, there's some level of truth you need to tell yourself. okay? And don't let the fear of the past hold you back, because you are a divine being here in, you know, a physical body. So trust yourself. You are much more powerful than you give yourself credit for. So we got detective in the light attribute, upright. Very nice. We have the child eternal. Okay, we're getting too many cards for this pile. We'll take them. Okay, so, oh, this is so beautiful. This is the order they came out in. So I'm gonna go like this. First energy, detective in the upright. Light attribute is great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth. Keyword truth. So your higher self really wants you to stay in this energy of wanting to uncover and wanting to learn your truth that may be different than how you were in the past. Okay, so your own truth changes as you evolve and as you grow in life. So really, like, if something is confusing, like especially around some traditions or rules, question them. And if your heart is tugging you in a different direction, go with that. Just follow the lead. Like it's like breadcrumbs, right? Follow the breadcrumbs and see where it leads you. You have child eternal, beautiful. Determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. That's what this is. And your higher self really wants you to tap into this energy because you have this within you, but currently you're not quite tapped in, right? You're in the repetition, in the day-to-day repetition that you're working on, but there's so much magic in you and you just need to open up to it. Again, that's what's going with the Ace of Cups. You are the king, enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. So do not question your power. As I said, you don't give yourself enough power. You're more powerful than you give yourself credit for. You are meant to be a leader, and if nothing else, if you don't get caught in the titles, it's the king of your own life. It's not gender specific, but you lead your own life to your terms. You become your own hierophant. This is what is very interesting. What came out in the reverse of the shadow is the priest. Guess who's the priest? That's where we started. So the shadow aspect is violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. And the light is facilitates spiritual commitments, serve as a channel of spiritual energy. And what this is really saying to me here is you're not tapped into your own heart at this time. Like the Hierophant really is calling you, the Hierophant within you, of course, is calling you to create your life in a different manner, but there's some hesitation. And again, look, I've gone through many of these cycles myself. I know this is not a small feat when we say, oh, we can't just up and change and turn our life upside down. We have dependents, we have people that we care about, that we like physically, we may be caregivers for them, right? So it's not very easy, but it starts with the step of honoring it internally and saying, all right, I'm aware this needs to change. Let me get my bearings, let me build my plan and really understand and uncover what my heart wants to do, okay? So I can create my own foundations. All right, so I'm gonna make space for the other ones. But you're about to come out of it, but there's a little bit more work that your higher self really wants you to do. So let's see what astrological elements are at play here. I'm seeing heavy earth energy here, earth and water. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. If that relates to you or the people that you may be dealing with. Oh yeah, we have Aquarius and Pluto. Pluto. Master number 22. Yeah, please watch my repeating numbers reading. There are specific messages for each repeating number in there, along with what it means to see those repeating numbers. Pluto is the planet of power. It goes both ways. It will that's like similar to the tower. That's how I feel its energy. So the planet Pluto will talk about a power struggle or coming into power. So when this is showing up and the Hierophant is here, there may be some traditional pressures currently in your life, and your higher self wants you to know that you signed up to break those power struggles. You signed up to come into power yourself. Whatever situation this is, like, you will know what this means. So Pluto is very, very powerful. Just look at the depiction of the card. It can be cold, hard energy, but once it breaks, it shatters, and then you can create your own sculpture, your ice sculpture, right? I'm somehow getting ice sculpture for you guys here. So that's what the Pluto talks about. So there, you may have felt you're under a lot of pressure, but once you learn that the power is not anybody else's, it's actually yours, your higher self really wants you to pull back your power, wants you to cut out the past experiences, the expectations of others, and really bring your power back into you, build your boundaries. And with that, you have Aquarius. Look at that, 11 and 22. You guys are definitely seeing a lot of repeating numbers or angel numbers day to day. 11, 11, 22, 22, 222, 555. You may be seeing many numbers. So again, that's a point of like where you're coming into alignment is when you see more and more of these numbers, and it's perfectly normal. Everybody goes through it. It's actually pretty fun. So Aquarius, we are in the age of Aquarius. Aquarius talks about it's like breaking free from the norms. Okay, Aquarius energy is somebody who's almost like a rebel. Okay, an Aquarian would rebel the norm or the tradition so they can create something new, be their authentic self, but also create space for others to be their authentic self, right? So it's a very collective energy, but it starts with yourself. So if you the Aquarius card is the star card, and usually you'll see like the angel has one foot in the water and one on land, and they're pouring a cup on themselves, and then they're pouring a cup on the land, which means you fill your own cup first, and once your own cup is full, that's when you start opening up for others as well. So very, very good energies for you over here. I feel like our higher self really wants you to step into your own power and really be your own Hierophant. This is coming very strongly. So some of you may be going through a big shift in your perception of reality, of like the mundane. Life is meant to be more than 9 to 5. What's going on? Things like that. Okay, so your higher self is saying like, yeah, that's your awakening. You're getting on it. Stick to your guns, you know, and see what you want to create. So let's get you 3 messages from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. You have abundance, standstill, and trust in this order. So have trust, have faith. You have Hierophant here. I'm telling you, you need to trust you're on the right path. This is whatever you pick for yourself is going to be what you're meant to do, especially with the Tower here. Trust that you have the power within to create that, and that you are divinely protected. Your team is really, really invested in you. Stand still is really talking about evaluating, okay? This is your own awakening. This is your own journey. No matter what anybody else, like the people around you, no matter what they tell you, that does not have to be your reality. But you need to kind of not get lost in work all the time and ignore the nudges that you're getting, because you are getting nudges from your higher self, from your spirit team, your spirit guides, whatever higher power you believe in. You're getting a lot of nudges that something needs to be different. And as I said, there's a little bit of hesitancy on that. Is it hesitance? Hesitance on that. So make time for it. Standstill really talks about just doing something that lets you be in your energy. That's going to really open up your heart. It's going to really, really bring through the messages very strongly. And then we have abundance, because you have so much abundance coming up. Look at the garden, look at the bloom. There's like so many different flowers over here. There's sunshine, there's blue skies. There's nothing but brightness in your future, in your near future. The quicker you learn what your calling is or what your heart is calling you to do, the quicker you can build your foundations to your liking and just ignore all these people who are kind of like just standing in your way, almost taking your power. Because come into your power. I mean, that's what I really want to say. Your higher self is like really hammering that down. Come into your power, come into your power. You got Pluto, listen to your heart, create your own traditions and trust that you can do it. But you need to listen. You need to stand still and listen. Look what the universe has to offer you. Okay? Wow. Ooh. And you need to speak your truth. Honestly, speak your truth to yourself. Like my some throat chakra meditations might help. There are many on like YouTube that you can look up. Or you might as well just put like a sleep guided meditation on chakra alignment and just go to bed. It works on your subconscious. Look at what you got coming. You got glamour. Into this mirror, I now see the realms of possibility. Number 15. I like that. That's very nice. See what happens when you come out of that energy. It'll be beautiful. It'll be so beautiful. Let's get one more. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. Look at this. Best possible decision. Artemis, goddess of the bow, help me see what must be known. So couple of things to call. Again, once you make this decision, it's going to be the best decision of your life, and your higher self wants you to trust that. Absolutely trust that it's going to be the best decision as long as you make it, as long as you carve out the path for you. And the second message here is look up Artemis if you want to look her up. She is, so if you'll see there's a bow and arrow on her, she is extremely gifted on hyper focus. Okay, so she will always hit her target. Oh, that was she would always hit her target. That was her superpower. And of course, she was a protector of mothers and maidens and newborns, and she had a lot of like the divine feminine, of course, in her, but she was also very good looking. So you have glamour and your best possible decision, and Artemis is showing up for you. So just look into that and see if you learn anything more about her. You may get some more messages from that, is what I'm getting. So that may help for some of you. Is she's like the warrior, okay? So you are the warrior. That's what I'm hearing from your higher self. So definitely look her up, but this is going to be the best possible decision. Oh, wow. All right. Let's get some final messages from your higher self. This is the Divine Oracle deck. If I this is about shuffle. This is the one. I'm going to shuffle it one more time to get you messages from your higher self. These are by Sonia Chiquette, and they have like written quotes on them, and they're literally called messages from your higher self. Okay, so we're gonna get 4 of these. See my beautiful pile 3s. What does their higher self want to tell them? 1, 2, 3. Oh, they're upside down. Yeah. Address your addictions. Okay, we'll talk about that. We have refine your attention. I really want to put this here right with Artemis because she's all about hyper focus and attention. We have make no judgments. Yes, yes. And be of service. Okay, so the Hierophant really talks about, I think there's some divine spiritual energy here as well. Be of service, again, similar to the Aquarius energy. Make no judgments. I want to talk about this first. This is make no judgments of yourself. Okay, your higher self really wants you to know, look, don't judge yourself for where you are. It is a journey. Your soul signed up for it because you want to graduate to the next one, okay? You signed up for these lessons. So give yourself a pat on the back. Don't judge yourself for your past experiences, okay? No matter whether you were the primary person or there were like circumstances you could not control, whatever that is, you did the absolute best and they're very proud of you, okay? So make no judgments against yourself. This is very, very important for you guys. And the other one is address your addictions. And to me, this is what I'm getting, the workaholic energy over here pretty strongly, especially with the Eight of Pentacles and all the Pentacles showing up over here. That's what I was getting initially, was like, it's like work, 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 nose to the grindstone type of energy. That is, you know, our natural behavior when we're trying to find our sanity or find some level of control in our life, right? So it's like, okay, what we're doing, are we doing it because we enjoy it, or are we doing because that is familiar? That's what this is talking about. So there's a lot of self-love and self-growth messages here. And on this one is like, once you clear that out, refine your attention, focus where are you going, what are you going to build next, what are going to be the foundations of your life. And then while along the way, as you fill your cup, fill the cup of others as well. Be of service. And again, service is one of the ways, because you have Hierophant right in the center over here. I can't get my eyes off of him because this may be a spiritual awakening where you just changing things by just being you automatically vibrate that energy out where people look up to you and see you as the Hierophant. Okay, so you don't have to get out of your way and go and help somebody else, but you, by aligning to your true north and speaking the truth to yourself, just being that is going to be inspirational to other people. And that's how you are like the Hierophant in the background. Does that make sense? So that's going to be very, very important for you. So those are the messages from your higher self. Let's close out with our Astro die. Oh, I have something on my hand. And then we'll read your card, Lapis Lazuli. But I think we have enough truths in moments of truths coming out here. So heads up, this could be a little loud when I drop them on the desk. I'll try slow. All right. So we have Jupiter in Libra in the third house. So let me just show you. You have Jupiter in Libra in the third house. So third house is all about communication, where Lapis is also important. And I think we talked about throat chakra, didn't we? We talked about throat chakra because I'm getting that very, very strongly. So third house is about communications, where we use our throat chakra quite a bit. It can also be about learning new skills or just learning something new, creative. This can talk about siblings or our immediate neighbors or even our colleagues. Okay, so all of that sits in the third house. Libra rules the seventh house. Okay, so seventh house is all about partnerships. Be it romantic partnerships, be it business partnerships, it's contracts, people, clients, all of that stuff is what Libra represents, and of course represents balance, equal give and take. And then you have a Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of expansion and growth. So there are big expansion opportunities and abundance. We have abundance here? Yeah, right here. Abundance. So we have a lot of abundance coming in your relationships, and the more you're authentic to your truth and you're able to speak your truth in connections, be it clients, be it professional, be it personal, the more growth and abundance you're going to see. This can also mean for a lot of you with the Tower or the Surprise, can also be like all of a sudden a lot of expansion in your business partnerships. That could be one interpretation. But for me, this is more general, and like all your relationships are gonna get better the more you honor your truth, and that's where your luck is going to turn, because Jupiter is also about luck. So follow your heart chakra and be able to speak your truth, and don't stay in something because that's the norm, or that's that's the expectation of you. So that's what your higher self really wants you to break out of that. Okay, all right, my friends, those were your messages. Let's just quickly see why you chose Lapis Lazuli. Ascend your rightful throne. Do we have the king? Yes. Look at that. You are meant to be the king of your life. Oh, I love the synchronicities. Lapis Lazuli, what it is, a deep blue stone with deep history. See ancient Egypt, Tutankhamun's eyeshadow. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think they used to grind this to make the blue eyeliner that you'll see, King Tut or Cleopatra the blue eyes that comes from Lapis Lazuli. So Tutankhamun's eyeshadow, the Old Testament, the High Priest of Israel's vestments, and the Dutch Golden Age Vermeer's palette. I'm not familiar with those, but they used to use it. Who needs it? Cat people, Leos, anyone who uses the phrase, in a past life, I'm totally convinced I was a... Okay, so that's interesting. Talks about where to put it. You can pause and read if you want. When to use it when your thoughts are not your friends. Call on Lapis Lazuli to help get you out of whatever your mind has gotten you into. Okay, so it helps with clarity of mind, as you said. Interestingly, this one does not talk about, it doesn't mention the word truth, but Lapis Lazuli really is about helping you clear your throat chakra and be able to speak your truth. But it does talk about ascend your rightful throne, right? So you're the king of your life. So go and conquer your life. I hope this has been helpful. If it is, do comment below. Remember to subscribe and share with a friend of two. I wish you much love and light, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.